Hi, sturdy women. Welcome back. I hope you're having a good week. I hope you're feeling good in your body. Yes, you can see I'm traveling again. I've never traveled this much in my life. This weekend, I am in Atlanta at FDRS. What does that stand for? The Fat Disorders Resource Society. You can find them at fatdisorders.org. They put on a conference every year. So many amazing presentations, and we're only halfway done. All of their videos are going to be available online for free in a couple weeks, so you can catch up, watch them. Next week, I'm going to tell you about some of what I've learned. But today, since I'm traveling, I want to talk to you about how I stay in ketosis while I am traveling. What do I eat? So many of you have asked me to make more videos about what I eat, and I will do that. But today I want to talk specifically about eating while traveling. Before I do that, though, I just want to say a big welcome to all of our new subscribers. We are so glad to have you here with us. Please actively engage with each other in the comments, help each other out, share tips. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click subscribe below, and then make sure you click the bell so that you get a notification every time I put up a new video. And if today's content or anything else on the channel is helpful to you, please do like and share so that we can reach more women and give them hope and help with their lipedema. So, traveling, staying in ketosis. If you've seen some of the other videos on the channel, you know I follow a ketogenic lifestyle to manage my lipedema and my lymphedema. My energy is through the roof. I've lost about 140 pounds in the last 2.5 years and really just feel alive for the first time in my life. So when traveling, how do you manage that, right? When you don't have a kitchen to make your own food and all of that. You know I've been traveling a lot lately. Some of the tricks and things that I like to use are going to be obvious, but I also want to share with you my favorite place to eat that you can find almost everywhere in the US. Number one tip, bring your own food to the extent that you can, or at least bring things to get you through that transition point where you're trying to get settled, trying to find out like where's a restaurant I can eat, what can I find. I love to travel with some kind of beef jerky. So there's a brand, Tillamook, that has started making zero sugar, and you can get that most places, and it's very low carb. I like to get mine at Aldi because a few months ago, maybe other places started doing it sooner, but mine just a few months ago, they started selling a knockoff of that that's like $4 or $5 cheaper. So if you live near an Aldi, look for that. It's gonna be in the same yellow package, and it's just a zero sugar jerky. So I like to buy a couple bags of that, throw it in my carry-on, throw it in my backpack, and know that whatever's going on, if I need something, I've got a great option right there that I don't have to think about. Other things that you can take, depending on how you're traveling, how much space you have, what exactly you eat, you might take some pork rinds, you could take some cheese crisps if you're doing dairy. I'm gonna admit I also will take things like keto bars. This is not the sort of thing that I would normally eat at home. That's why I'm not really showing you exactly what it looks like, because I don't want to necessarily encourage you to go buy a ton of them, but it can be the sort of thing that's better than ending up at the vending machine buying a Snickers bar. Do you know what I mean? Set yourself up for success. And if that means eating something that's really kind of in the maybe zone rather than the green zone because you're traveling, it's okay. You're going to get home. You're going to get 100% back on track. Just, do your best. So those are things that you could maybe bring with you. Once you get where you're going, I have often either walked to a grocery store or had groceries delivered to the hotel. Most hotel rooms, You're gonna have at least a refrigerator. Sometimes you might also have a microwave. So if you're doing dairy, you can go get your heavy cream. You can go get some cheese. You can go get some yogurt. You know, if there are other little snacks that you can find, olives, you know, go to if you have a Whole Foods near you, love the Whole Foods hot bar, you go get yourself a bunch of chicken or something and put it in your refrigerator. So think about that. What are things that I can either have delivered to my hotel, or I can walk to a grocery store, get those things and have them in the room? So that's things to bring with, things to have in the room. But what about when you need to go out and have like an actual meal? My favorite thing to do, and you can find this almost everywhere now in the US, is Chipotle. I love, love, love Chipotle for eating keto food. What you can do is get yourself a salad, do double meat, right? Just ask them. They're gonna charge you extra, but it is totally worth it. Get double meat, get guacamole, load it up with, you know, you want some tomatoes, go for it. Some salsa, go for it. And you're gonna get a lot of good fat, a lot of good protein, and really feel full. And you're maybe, depending on where you are in the country, you're probably gonna spend like $15 to $20 for a salad with double meat. Of course, no rice, no beans, but that's why you're getting the extra meat and the guacamole. It's really gonna make that a big, full salad for you. So that's my favorite, like, eating out place, Chipotle. Sometimes though, you're not gonna get to choose, right? You're gonna be going out with a group of people, maybe like me, you're at a conference, you're not choosing the restaurant. What can you find to eat? I've found almost every restaurant in the US is going to have some kind of hamburger. And you can get that hamburger. Don't eat the bun. Maybe be careful with the ketchup. Sauces you want to kind of be careful with. They might be sweet. They can sneak a lot of sugar and stuff in ketchup. But you can usually get a hamburger, eat it without the bun. Who cares if people look at you like you're crazy? I've never really had anyone care. Hamburger without a bun. You can also almost always find some sort of salad, Caesar salad, house salad, and they'll put a piece of chicken or something like that on it for you. Even if on the menu everything is breaded chicken, I have never had someone say no when I say, can you make me a piece of grilled chicken instead? So ask. If they have a salad, they can probably put chicken or steak or salmon, something on there for you, even if it doesn't say that they can. Then of course you want to be a little bit careful with the dressing because you're not going to know exactly what's in it. So I would be cautious of a lot of the creamy dressings. If you can find something that seems like a vinaigrette, like it's olive oil and vinegar, that's probably safe. You could also just ask them to bring you olive oil and vinegar. They probably have it in the kitchen. So salad is another great option. One that I have only recently learned about and I love is if you can find a kebab restaurant. Thank God one of these just opened around the corner from my house where I live. But roasted meats, hello, amazing. And even though it often comes with rice and like naan or pita bread, they will make it as a salad for you if you ask, even if it's not on the menu. Get some nice chicken, some nice lamb, some nice beef, like whatever it is that you like. If you can find a kebab restaurant, you will love it and you will stay so in ketosis. So that's it. What did I miss? What else do you like to eat? Please, you can see I've been traveling more. What tips do you have for me? Put them down below. I would love to hear from you. And for more about me and my journey and my story with lipedema and lymphedema, head over to sturdingwoman.com. You can read more. You can also drop me an email. I would love to hear from you. I'll see you next week. Bye.